Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to this series of top MBA colleges in the 70 to 90 percentile range. Last week we discussed some of the colleges. Today I'll discuss some more colleges. Okay, so that fall in this range and which you could target if you get a percentile in this range. Okay, so for this year, the applications are all over now. So, like for the ones who are preparing for future, so they should know that okay, what are the colleges they can expect if they get percentile, if they do not happen to get, let's say, 99 percentile, if they get in somewhere in range 85 to 90, 75 to 80, what are the colleges that they can target? So we are having this CAT PI WAT mentorship program, and you may enroll in the same. And if you're preparing for CAT 2022, you can enroll in our CAT batches. Okay, so the first institute that we're going to discuss today is Institute of Management Studies, also called Faculty of Management Studies, right? Some people call it. I mean, the name, both names are written in their official thing, right? So it is FMS BHU, and somewhere you will see this as IMS BHU. That is one and the same thing, no different things. Okay, so like you have FMS Delhi, so this is FMS in BHU. So again, the good advantage of this is like since it's a part of Banaras in the university, the fees part is very low. Okay, so it offers these programs: MBA, General MBA, then you have MBA in International Business. So these programs have 60 seats each. Okay, then you have MBA in Agribusiness, PGDM in Business Administration, PGDM in Healthcare Management, PhD programs, and some diploma programs. Okay, so the flagship program is basically this, and these are the two programs that people target through this college. Okay, and let's see the eligibility and fees. So eligibility criteria, the CAT cutoff is around 85 percentile. You need to have 50 percentile sectional cutoff in each of the three sections. Okay, so that means that there is some sectional cutoff also, although that is quite low. Okay, not 50 percentile is nothing, right? Getting 50 percentile in a section is not a very big challenge. Okay, so provided if you've got 85, unless you do very bad in a section. Okay, let's say you just in fact, if we talk about this, your quant section this time, you could have got 50 percentile at very low score, some 4 or 5 marks itself, or even less than that. Okay, so 50 percentile in a section is not a big deal, but yes, overall around 85 percentile is the cutoff, and then it has 50% weight to your CAT score. Okay, so if you've got a good CAT score, so you have good chances of conversion. Okay, and if you talk about your GDPI, 30% and 20% to your academics. So 10th and 12th they consider, like you have in FMS as well. So that's the selection criteria, and the fees is just about 1 lakhs, approximately 1 lakh, somewhere around 95K or something, around that, 47, 48,000 per year they say. So that is the biggest advantage, right? So the thing is, ROI factor is present in this institute. Okay, even though the placement will not be like you won't be getting a very high placement, let's say 15 lakh, but yes, the average placement may be around, let's say, 8 to 9 lakhs. But the thing is the ROI. You get a very good return on your investment. You just spend 12 lakh as fees, and you get a if you're looking at that ROI wise. Although that otherwise, like, you won't be getting very good packages from this institute. But yes, if you are let's say if you belong to a middle class family and would not want to spend too much on your education, and you could opt this as an option. Okay, next I'm going to talk about is UBS Chandigarh. Okay, again a good institute in terms of ROI. Okay, located in Chandigarh, so University Business School. Again, these are central universities, so you do get these colleges at very low fees. It offers MBA, MBA in HR, MBA in international business, MBA for entrepreneurship, and MBA for executives. These are the different programs it has. So MBA is the most preferred one, right? Then followed by MBA HR and IB. The CAT cutoff for this is around 88 percentile. Okay. Again, a great cutoff because of the fees. So you can see the fees is just 40,000. But the criteria, there is one criteria that you have to have minimum 10% score in each of the three sections. Okay. Not percentile, it is percent score. Okay. So that means like in verbal, you should have, like it was 72 marks. So you should have 7.2 marks more than that. Similarly, in DLR, it should be more than 6 marks. In quant, it should have been more than 6.6 marks. So if we translate these two percentiles, so somewhere around, let's say, like verbal, maybe 10%, that would be 7.2. So VA, you need 7.2, that would be around 35 percentile. 35 to 40 percentile, around that range. Okay, then in DILR, that is 6 marks, so that must be around 50 percentile. Similarly, in QA, it was 6.6, that also somewhere around 50-55 percentile, or even more than that, maybe around 60 percentile. Okay, so that was the sectional cutoff, you can say, right? The sectional cutoff is not percentile wise, it is percent wise. So you have to have at least 10% of the maximum score. Okay, so that is the thing, and then it gives 85% weight to your CAT score. So if your CAT score is good, right, you have very good chance of conversion, because see, you have got 85% of your selection through CAT score. Even if you do not do good in GDPI, you are able to make it. Let's say you have 90 plus percentile, and you do not do very good in GDPI, but still you will get admission easily because of this factor. Okay, so if we talk about the fees, the MBA fees is just around 40,000, and executive MBA, it is just around 2.1 lakhs. Okay, so again, a good, very good institute for ROI factor. Okay, so that is the advantage of these institutes. If you talk about the premier institutes, like if you talk about the ones that lie in the top 20, in that you have only FMS, and then second you can consider JBIMS. These are not premier. You won't call them a tier 1 institute, because you won't get very great roles. But yes, if you look from return on investment perspective, like the immediate ROI, I would call this as immediate ROI, right? So that way it is good. But if you look at some other institutes, let's say you get into some IM, right? Although the fees might be high, but you would get a very good exposure. Or let's say you get into some other colleges, let's say MDI Gurgaon, right? MDI Gurgaon, maybe it does not have an IIM tag, but it will give you a long, in the long run, it will give you a very good ROI. These are institutes that are meant for immediate ROI. Like you spend 40,000, you get a job of 8-10 lakhs, you are happy. Okay, the thing people look for is just immediate thing, but that should not be the case. You should be looking for the long term goals, right? Like what is the growth after that? Okay, what are kind of roles these companies offer? Then we'll talk about MICA. Okay, in terms of immediate ROI, I would say that it is not a very good institute, but for long term, it is a great institute. Okay, the Mudra Institute of Communications, Ahmedabad, known for its marketing communications. And if you want to go into marketing strategy, then that is the best institute. Okay, the thing is, people will talk about that. Yes, its fees is high. You do not get a very great placements, but look from the long-term perspective. If you look from the long-term perspective, then MICA is definitely one of the best institutes in the country. I would consider as a tier 1 college, because if you see, like this institute has produced several great brand managers, Okay, and like some good companies, really good companies, they hire people for branding from this institute. Okay, so it offers PGDM in communication and a normal PGDM, right? That is the most preferred program here. Then you have fellow program in management, leadership, and management development programs for managers. Okay, so many managers, like say, let's say there is a manager in a company, right? He wishes to understand more about marketing, right? So they pursue such courses over here. That's a part-time sort of course. Okay, FPM is your PhD program, and they have certain online programs. So for someone, let's say there are some people who ask that what are some courses that we can pursue, okay, like to justify year gap or sort of thing, right? So I would recommend that you can pursue their online programs related to marketing. Okay, so they periodically keep launching online programs. Maybe they might have some course on digital marketing, maybe on some branding, or maybe some other stuff related to marketing, right? So keep checking their site. They do offer, let's say, maybe some business analytics and all. So those people could pursue these programs, right? So they do get a certificate and all. So that is also offered by MICA. Okay. Now, if we talk about the eligibility, so 50%, it has three different selection examinations: CAT, ZAT, and GMAT. 50% weight for CAT, and in addition to that, you have to write another examination which is called MyCat. Okay, so it's not a solo entrance. So you have to have appeared in one of these three plus MyCat. So 50% weight to both. CAT cutoff like around 80 to 85 percentile. ZAT also cutoffs in this range. Okay, so if you have 80 to 85 percentile around in that and you do good in MyCat, you are definitely in. Now, MyCat is one of the most difficult examinations. So many people do not write it. Let's say how many people? Maybe around approximately 10,000 people write this examination, not more than that. Okay. Now, this is a difficult examination. You can watch our analysis sessions. This time, this examination had 8 options. Okay. So you can imagine that how tricky this examination could get. It has psychological test and other things as well, psychometric test, descriptive test, and all those, because it tests your creativity and other stuff for admission. Okay, because they look for like the people who are creative, and they could. I mean, that is the thing that they test. Right? Some institutes test your aptitude. That's a different sort of aptitude that they test apart from normal aptitude. So in the final selection, these two things give 20% and 30% weight. 20% for group exercise and 30% for personal interview. The fees is high, on the higher side, 21 lakhs. But as I said, that if you are not looking for immediate, if you're looking for a long-term good brand, then definitely this is the institute. Okay, people generally look for short-term things, right? They say, acha, like if you are getting an 8 lakh job out of an institute that takes just 2 lakhs of fees, that's a great thing. But yeah, for short term that is fine. But for the long run, if you want to build a career in brand management, okay, or marketing communications, right, any sort of things or those, so then in that case, that is the best institute you can target. The next institute is IRMA, Institute of Rural Management, Anand. Okay, now again a great institute, like particularly if you are interested in rural management. Okay, so rural management, agribusiness management, so those sort of things. If you most of the roles offered are of those kind, like social entrepreneurship kind of thing, right? You won't be getting like fancy jobs like investment banking or those kind of uh, high-end corporate jobs, but you would be getting roles related to social entrepreneurship. You would be working on like some projects related to rural management, etc. Like you get in test. Okay, so that is the thing here. Okay, so it offers PGDM in rural management. Then there is FPM, which is your fellow program in management, PhD sort of thing in rural management, and then PGDM executive. So obviously, students of your category would be targeting this examination. Okay, then again, management development programs again for managers to enhance their management skills. Now, if you talk about the eligibility, it has CAT or ZAT, whichever is higher. Okay, so you can apply through both the examination, whichever score is higher, it will accept. So around 85 percentile is the cutoff. Okay, generally in that range. Now, in the final selection, it has a lot of factors. So it does not guarantee that if you've got very good score in CAT, you will make through, because there are a lot of factors that contribute to it. Okay, so first thing is like this is probably the most detailed thing I've seen, that so many factors contributing. All the 70%, 75% comes from these things. So 35% to your CAT or ZAT percentile, whichever is higher. Okay, then personal interview 35%. In any entrance, personal interview should have a generally has a good weight, right? Not all, but many of the institutes, like we saw for UBS Chandigarh, that had just 7.5. But here the thing is 35% to CAT, 35% to personal interview, 70%. Okay, if you did not do well in that, if you have other advantages, that written ability test 5% weight. Okay, then you have academic performance 5%, that also further divided into 10th 1.5%, 12th 1.5%, and graduation 2%, right? So that is another weight. Then gender diversity 3.5%, right? So if you're a male, you get a 0. If you're a female or a transgender, you get 3.5. Then regional diversity. Let us say your schooling is from some, let's say some rural place, which is not a developed district, right? So it is an aspirational district. So probably you will have to check that whether your district is in, it's under the aspirational district list or not. So those people get 2% weight. Okay, then if you are from Northeast India, you get 3%, right, irrespective of this. So if you are, let's say, from an aspirational district plus Northeast, you will get 5 points. Okay, then sports diversity 1.5%. If you have some proof that you have played in some national or state level in some sport, a recognized sport, okay, then you get 1.5%. Then academic diversity 2% for non-engineer. So if you're non-engineer, direct to engineer 0. Academic pedigree, if you are from some, that depends on the institute that you have studied from. Like let's say you are from some IIT, right? So obviously those will have high NRF ranking, or some central university which has good NIRF ranking. So obviously you will get high marks in this. So that will depend on the type of institute that you have studied in, and 5% marks for work experience. So a very broad, fine thing that these are the factors that could change your thing in your favor or against it. Let's say if you're a woman from Northeast India, right, you participated, you have played some sport, right, so you get all these regional benefits, gender diversity, right, sports diversity, etc., etc. And the fees is 10.1 lakh. So okay type, I wouldn't say that very expensive, or not on the expensive end, not also on the lower end, but yes, a decent institute, good brand value. Okay, and like you can call it like a TIS, like you have TIS programs, right? Apart from HRM and ODC and the other programs that you have, like based on social entrepreneurship, or like if you want to go into rural management and do something for the society, then this is an institute for you. Now, another institute, private institute, FORE School of Management, New Delhi. Okay, the advantage is being in New Delhi. Okay, now the programs offered, if we talk about, so it has PGDM in IB. So one disadvantage that might be here is, or I would say not a disadvantage, batch size is okay, right? PGDM 180, PGDM IB 120, PGDM FM Finance Management, and Big Data Analytics 60, right? So total about 420 seats, and then executive and FPM. Okay. Now, if we talk about this, the cutoff is around 85 percentile. It takes CAT, ZAT, and GMAT. For both these examinations, it is somewhere around 85 to 86. Let's say if you have like 87 plus, then you can consider, okay, it would be easy to get into, but generally it is in this range. Okay. Now, if we talk about the final selection thing, so 35% weight to CAT or the qualifying examinations. Now, not easy to get into it, right? Because like you see the 35% weight here. Unlike, see, you should be seeing the criteria of these colleges, because that makes a lot of difference. For example, if we talk about UBS Chandigarh, UBS had 85% weight to CAT. Okay, so if you have good CAT score, even if you're not good with let's say GDPI, you will easily get into it. Let's say you had 90%, 90 plus percentile, and you have better score than most of the people, you will get it. But here you have to have other factors also. Okay, so although the cutoff might look 85 percentile, but other things make a difference, right? Maybe if you are at 95 percentile, might not get into this. Okay. So that is qualifying examination 35% weight, academics 20%, work experience 10%. They have business awareness quiz 5%, okay, extempore 25%, and personal interview 25%. So basically, your soft skills and academics also matter very high in this, right? Again, the fees is close to 17 lakhs, expensive, but the location advantage you get. Okay, so the location advantage, let's see, if you are in Delhi or let's say any metro city, you can build a connect with different people, right? You have proximity to industries. I mean, you can get internships at some places. Let's say you do not get a good campus placement, but yes, you can approach industries. Like there are several opportunities. Let's say some startup is coming up, right? Maybe that startup may not be paying very, like different institutes which you could target in the 70 to 90 percentile range. Okay, so that's it for today, and you can join us on our Telegram group if you have any queries related to MBA, be it preparation related queries, be it college related queries, or it could be academic, non-academic, right? If you're starting your preparation, how to start, what are the things you should be doing, etc., etc., or any other thing, you can join us on our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description, and you can connect with us over there. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great night. Goodbye.